While I was 9 months pregnant, the apple of my husband's eye moved into our house. Whenever he saw me, she would make a sad face. My husband was sure that I was flaunting my pregnancy to make her angry. Rachel is frail and she can't get pregnant, yet you're walking around making her upset. Do I seriously have to teach you a lesson? He ordered the bodyguards to lock me in the attic that had not been in use for a long time and told them not to give me food. I pleaded for mercy and told him that the ultrasound scan showed that the twin bobbies were too big. I told him that the doctor had claimed that I had to be hospitalized while I waited for my delivery. But he laughed as if he had heard the world's greatest joke. When he spoke, his voice was as cold as ice. You're still 3 days away from your delivery date. Enough with the pitiful act. Repent while you're in the attic. This is what you get for making Rachel upset. Contractions hurt so much that I clenched my fists to the point that my nails broke, but no one unlocked the door to the attic. My piercing screams echoed in the attic for a long time until my whole body was soaked in blood and one of my bobbies was stuck between my bloody legs. 3 days later, my husband ate his breakfast that was not up to his taste and said, "Have Jane make breakfast for me, then have her apologize to Rachel with a gift. If she's sincere enough, I'll send her to the hospital to deliver the bobbies." But no one dared go up to the attic because the blood that flowed down from it had already reached the second step of the stairs. After one, why isn't Jane screaming anymore? Sir, do you think something happened to the madam? She screamed so badly yesterday and she sounded like she was in serious pain. Mark Frank, my husband, took a mouthful of his breakfast and huffed as if he did not agree with the butler. No one knows Jane better than I do. She was just putting up an act. This time I'll teach her a lesson so that she won't bother Rachel again. The butler cast a glance at the attic and stammered, "But the madam is pregnant with twins and the doctor did say that she needs to be hospitalized ahead of her delivery date for a safe delivery." Mark paused while eating his breakfast and relented a little. "Is that so?" He dug around his bowl for a bit before a hesitant look appeared on his face. "Fine, have Jane make breakfast for me before she apologizes to Rachel. It's her delivery date today, so if she delivers a sincere apology, I'll send her to the hospital." He then heated up some milk and went to the guest bedroom. On the bed was Rachel Foster and she was breathing evenly. The blanket slid to her shoulders and her alluring figure was visible. It made Mark gulp. After staring at her for a long while, he finally looked away before bending down to kiss her. Rachel opened her eyes slowly and stretched before she pouted and grumbled, "Mark, you're being incorrigible again." Mark spread his legs and had Rachel sit between his arms while he caressed her waist. No man can hold himself back when you're sleeping like this. Rachel buried her head in his arms and hummed in contentment. "But Jane is pregnant with your children. I'm a woman too, so I can't have you betray her while she's at her weakest." Suddenly, she seemed to have remembered something and said anxiously, "Jane was screaming really loudly last night. Did she give birth?" "Ah, even if Jane was screaming so badly, I'm jealous. If I could carry your children no matter how much it hurts during delivery, I'd still be happy." Would you still be happy? I had become a ghost and was drifting around them. Floor in the attic was covered in blood. On the walls were deep gashes that were stained with bits of my flesh and nails because I had dug into them in pain. Chapter 2. I had also torn up my lower part to be able to deliver my bobbies. After I pulled my first baby out, I found that he was no longer breathing. At that time, blood gushed out from between my thighs, and the second baby was at the torn opening. The sticky blood smeared my hair and I hugged my bloody firstborn as I stopped breathing. My eyes were wide open. How would Mark react if he saw this? But he only cared about hugging Rachel right then, and he spoke in a regretful, guilty tone. "It's my fault. I shouldn't have let Jane show up in front of you and make you sad. I swear that this will be the last time she's pregnant with my bobbies. I won't let you see another pregnant woman in the house ever again." You don't know this, but she lied to me to make me pity her. She said that the twins were too big and she was worried that she would have a very difficult labor. She even said the
Click the link on the homepage to watch the full follow-up for free.